Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are unraveling the intricacies of applying for the UK spouse visa in 2024. The UK spouse visa is a pathway for married partners to join or stay with their loved ones in the UK. Whether you're a British or an Irish citizen, settled individual, or hold specific visa statuses, this information is crucial. My name is Hemang Lahiru and let's dive into the details. The UK spouse visa is a pathway for married partners to join or stay with their loved ones in the UK. Before we explore the details, it's important to know who can be a sponsor. The sponsor can be a British or an Irish citizen, whether they're living in the UK or returning to the UK with their partner, or have settled in the UK. For example, they have indefinite leave to remain, settled status, or proof of permanent residence. Or they can have pre-settled status under the EU settlement scheme, or have protection status, which means leave to remain as a refugee or a permission to stay as a refugee or a person with humanitarian protection. The applicant always is a non-UK citizen who is a visa national. It's important to distinguish the UK spouse visa from the dependent visa. So whilst the spouse visa is referred to an application where the sponsor has a permanent status in the UK, a dependent visa can be applied when the main applicant has a temporary status in the UK, like skilled worker, student, visa holder, health and care worker, etc. The spouse visa opens the door to indefinite leave to remain or settlement in the UK after a 5-year period. A successful spouse visa application requires both the applicant and the sponsor to be above the age of 18 years. In addition, they are either in a civil partnership or a marriage that's recognized in the UK, or they have been living together in a relationship for at least 2 years at that time of the application. Or they are fiancé or proposed civil partners and will marry or enter into a civil partnership within 6 months of arriving into the UK. Further, to fulfill the financial requirement for a UK spouse visa and demonstrating the applicant's ability to be financially self-sufficient without relying on the public funds, certain additional criteria need to be met. The financial requirement mandates that unless the applicant is exempt, they must show that the spouse or the sponsor, if they are in the UK with a valid leave to remain, have a gross annual income of at least £18,600 plus £3,800 for their first child, who is not a British or an Irish citizen or holds a permanent status. There is an additional £2,400 for each additional child, again who is not a British citizen or does not have indefinite leave to remain. The requirements will vary if the sponsor receives specific state benefits or entitlements. In such cases, the financial requirement for the UK spouse visa stipulates that the sponsor must be capable of adequately maintaining and accommodating the family member being sponsored to enter or remain in the UK. Applicants are also required to furnish evidence that their sufficient accommodation will be available to them without recourse to public funds. Unless exempt, the applicant must meet an English language requirement as a component of the spouse visa application. When seeking entry clearance or transitioning into the spouse visa route, the applicant must show proficiency in the English language at least the CEFR level A1. Now, this can be met by evidencing that the applicant is either a national of a majority English-speaking country or has successfully completed an approved English language test, which is at or above the specified level, with a recognized provider who is listed on the approved Secure English Language Test Center, or they possess an academic qualification like a bachelor's, master's or a PhD degree awarded in the UK, or if awarded outside the UK, then the degree must be recognized by ECTIS, formerly known as UK NARIC, as meeting or exceeding the acknowledged standard of a UK degree. Additionally, ECTIS must also confirm that the degree was taught or researched in English at or above the required level. Now, once you've gathered all the relevant evidence, You can complete the online application, pay the government fee and the immigration health surcharge, and submit the application at your nearest visa application center. Remember, the exact criteria can vary based on your personal circumstances. For a personalized advice, consider consulting with an immigration advisor who can guide you through the process. That wraps up our deep dive into the UK spouse visa. If you found this information helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more immigration insights, and hit the notification bell icon. If you have questions or want to share your experiences, drop in a comment below. Until next time, stay informed, stay connected, and may your journey to the UK be filled with love and happiness. Thank you for watching.